Good afternoon. There was nobody with me. Good work, Fonty. Oh, you almost found it. Keep looking, keep searching. There's a treat there for you. Oh, Facebook's found his. Oh, there she goes. Good work, Fonty. You got it. Good work, Facebook. Kopjai. Mary. Here comes Mary. Oh, it's very exciting, isn't it, Fonty? Here comes Mary. Mary, who is the star, Merry Christmas, who is the sun bear that featured in the BBC docuseries Bears About the House, which was filmed throughout 2019 here at this beautiful Luang Prabang Wildlife Sanctuary. Fonty, calm down. See, there's enough to go around. Oh, Mary's found one. So this is an enrichment treat for the bears. So it's a little seed parcel. And every day the bears get an enrichment treat. It's a different one each day. It's not part of their main diet, their main feeds, but it's just a little treat which to encourage their foraging skills. So it might be a treat ball, there might be a bit of a puzzle that they have to solve, or they have to search out for their treat. So in this case it's a little parcel of leaves that's full of, I'll try and zoom, it's a bit hard with YouTube. It's sorry, YouTube is putting up all these things that covers my screen, I can't see. It's a little leaf parcel that's got some seeds and nuts and maybe a bit of jam or honey in it. And yeah, just a little treat for the bears for the afternoon. So we've got 4 sun bears here. Sun bears are of course one of the 2 bear species that we rescue here at Free the Bears. Here comes, oh no, here comes Fonty, that's Pandy up top. I think that's Pandy. Pandy and Merry Christmas, star of the BBC docuseries Bears About the House. We've got Facebook here and Fonty over there. So these are 4 sun bears. Sun bears are the world's smallest bear species. So they're sometimes known as the dog bear, and you might be able to understand why. So, because they kind of look a bit like a dog, don't they, to some people? Maybe a Doberman or a Rottweiler. They're a short-haired bear. They live in the tropical rainforest of Southeast Asia, and really remarkable species. They mostly live in the trees. They're the most arboreal of all the bear species, so they spend more time in trees than every other bear species. They have huge claws. Every sun bear has a white golden chest marking. Oh, must have got a bug, an ant bite. And each chest marking is unique, like a fingerprint. And there's a bit of debate as to whether the sun bears got their name from that golden U-shaped chest marking they have on their, or whether it's because they come from the countries that surround the hot equatorial sun. Fonty! 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 And yes, they have massive claws and a big wide head with these hugely powerful jaws and big canine teeth. So they're great for digging and tearing open things, tearing open logs. Fonty! Fonty! Fonty's treat is up here, so she's on the hunt for it. That's the objective of this exercise, that they have to explore around and see if they can find the treats that have been hidden around their habitat. So Merry Christmas, who's back, you can see there, the star of the BBC docuseries. Who's just standing up now. She's got her treat in her hands. She's going to snaffle off of it, well, run off of it before Facebook tries to snaffle it. And as you can see, Pandy is making short work of her treat up there in the platform. Where was I? I always get distracted. We've got Mary, who was rescued in December 2018 as a tiny cub. She was actually on the back of a truck, and one of our government partners saw the truck at a restaurant, a roadside restaurant, where he stopped for a drink. And he quickly alerted his colleagues, and they were able to grab the bear off the back of the truck. And it was about to, the bear cub would have disappeared forever. Mary would have disappeared forever. And she was tiny, helpless little cub. So she was rescued at the end of 2018. And then the BBC were here in 2019 filming, and she was sort of the star of the story, as well as the other work we do and some other rescues and moon bears. And then Facebook, I think, was rescued in 2021. Or maybe, sorry, so some birds can be very vocal, and particularly this one here, Pandy. Pandy, yes. She likes to have a little bit of a scream and a shout. And she, you can hear her getting a little bit excited about it, just having a treat. But if anyone dares come near her, she'll let them know she doesn't want them around. I think so. We've got maybe Fonty was rescued Pandy 2021, and then Facebook and Fonty, who's gone off in the distance looking for treats, in 2022. So for bears, there are three females and a male. So normally we separate females and males in groups after about 4 years of age. So Facebook is just coming on 4 years now, so he's sort of okay with these girls. And also he has a prophylactic treatment to stop him from being able to reproduce at this time. So we don't want any pregnancies because we're rescuing so many bears, so we can't afford to have pregnant bears. Hello, Laura says buongiorno a tutti voi. So sorry, I'm not really a Spanish speaker, Italian speaker, sorry. So I assume that's Italian, but hello. A beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. I assume that's what that means. I don't even know. And Elizabeth says they're so happy. One can definitely tell. Thank you. So these are our beautiful, good afternoon, Kim, our beautiful some of our sun bears. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing them here. This is our bear house 1, the first bear house we built in our beautiful Lorain Prabang Wildlife Sanctuary. We have now built 9 bear houses. We're building 10, 11 and 12 at the moment. 10 and 11 should be finished in the next 2 or 3 months. And then we'll go straight on to 12. And those bear houses we immediately filled with cubs that are growing because we've been rescuing so many bears. Speaking of which, here are 3. They've just had their dinner and they're just in the run. Hello. It's a bit bright and shiny, isn't it? So we've got 2 little sun bears. One of them had lost her back leg to a snare trap. She had a horrible snare wound when she was rescued, and she ended up losing the whole leg. And she was rescued on the way back from rescuing her, actually, our government partners rescued another little moon bear that's just gone outside. And so we ended up coming back with 2 bears, one with a horrific wound, and she went straight into surgery and ended up losing her whole back leg. We'll just wait for them to, they're just going, this is just a little run from the indoor play area to the outdoor play area. So they're just heading outdoors now. So you can see she's missing her back left leg, but she's okay. She gets around quite fine. So this is the little, I was going to say little moon bear, but he's quite big now. So this is the Cub Nursery. So when the smallest cubs come in, they go into a nice protected area. A lot of the cubs sometimes the cubs come in so small they need to be bottle fed every 3 hours. So it's nice and quiet and protected, and indoor dens, and they have an indoor play area and outdoor play area. So we can, make sure that they don't spend too much time outdoors and get dehydrated, or because they're so delicate at a young age. When they come in, they've generally been taken from the wild. Their mothers have been killed by poachers. So it might be a bit warm for these guys, or these 3. So these 3 were rescued in the final 3 months of 2024. So they haven't even been with us a year yet. Hello. And they're a little bit shy. Hello. But they're sweet. So we've got, and then this little smaller sun bear cub here, she's a bit more confident. She came in December. So they're going to have, they've just said they've got this indoor, they've got their dens and then this indoor play area. And then they've got their little outdoor play area. So hello, you. They're beautiful. So these all came in as little cubs. So they would have been just a few months old. And now they'd be just coming on a year. And then, so that's our stage 1 bear cub nursery. Now I just want to take you around and show you the stage 2. So where the cubs graduate to, when they're the tiniest little cubs graduate from a stage 1 to a stage 2, just next door here. And in here we have, I think it's 6 of the bear cubs that were, they're in their den because they're about to put out their enrichment tree. John. Okay, so they're about to get their little afternoon treat. So just bear with me, boom boom. What's happened to these 3? Are they half indoors, half outdoors? Yes, they're still in a little run. And then we'll see the 6 cubs. Hello. Do you like that? So they love to have banana trees for enrichment, and the moon bears actually really quite like to eat them. The moon bears eat more vegetative matter than the sun bears. The sun bears mostly eat fruit. The diets are quite similar in fact. The sun bears eat fruit, bugs, larvae, honey, and so I think the carers have probably put some of their dinner in this hanging bamboo. So, these bears can't be released back to the wild for it. So there's a few reasons. One is that they were taken from the wild as tiny cubs. Their mothers were killed, so they never. A bear would normally spend 2 to 3 years with its mother, learning how to survive. So they never got to spend that time with their mums and learn those survival skills. Also, since they've been with us, they've had to be hand raised and they've got used to humans, so they need to have that fear of humans to survive in the wild, so they wouldn't make good release candidates. And also, there's a lack of safe and protected forest. So we may have some releases in the future. It won't be these bears because they're not good release candidates, but some bears even may come in, or we may even have to, there may be a case to argue to have some breeding of bears at this facility if we need to restock forests in the future once they become protected, if all the bears have been killed, because bears are a keystone species. They serve a role as doctor, farmer, and engineer of the forest. They tear up rotten logs, they eat fruits and spread the seeds around, they tear open the forest canopy, making nests in trees. They eat lots of termites and bugs that would harm the trees. So they serve all these they make holes in the trees so that the other animals can nest, their squirrels and hornbills. So they're really crucial and vital part of a healthy forest ecosystem. So there's a case to be argued that if in the future you have intact forests, hopefully we do, where wildlife populations have been depleted, then there may be a case to argue to replenish them and restock them, and our captive animals may be the parents of those future bears, or we may rescue some bears that are straight out of the wild and be able to be released. But bears that are going to be released have to be treated in a totally different way. We can't treat them like these animals, so they'll go to enclosures and habitats and bear houses that have no contact with humans. So it's it's quite interesting that they need a totally different method of care than a bear that will be in captivity. But that's future plans, but a long way off. So it looks like the carers have just put out the treats. So here comes these little ones. Not too much of a mental challenge, is it? Someone's found one. Someone's found another. Oh, there's one in the cage down there. Got it. So we've got 3 successful hunters. I can see one up on the tree there. So these cubs were probably more likely to be okay with sharing with each other than the older bears. Like you heard, Pandy was a bit vocal. They've got the same thing today. It's little treat leaf balls, leaf treat packets for all of the bears. So yes, these are 6 of the survivors from our rescue in March of last year, which was the world's largest ever threatened bear cub rescue, which are... Sorry, I have so much trouble with zooming with this YouTube live, but anyway, that'll do. Anna says, poor little Sola lost her back leg. She seems happy though. Yeah, she's extraordinary. So even the day after surgery, she was up and about and playing and inquisitive. She just has the most beautiful little personality, mischievous, happy little personality. So some bears, every personality is different with the bears, very individual. Some are more friendly than others, some like to be loners, some like to play more, some like pumpkins, some don't. They're very intelligent animals, they all have very different personalities. So she was just the brightest little thing. So even though she'd been caught in a snare in the forest, lost her mother, and just lost her leg, the little sun bear was, oh, you found it. Oh no, you can smell it, can't you? Oh, oh, yes, there's one. Good work. Good work. Yes, this sun bear who lost her leg, she was just happy, just a happy soul. So she hasn't really carried that much trauma, whereas some bears, for example, that might have been a bear bile farm for a decade or more, and tortured to remove the bile from the gallbladder for traditional medicine. Some of them just bounce back. They live in the moment like most animals, but some of them carry the trauma for quite a while, and we see some stress related behaviors that take some time to get over. But generally we find that the bears get through these horrific circumstances they've been through and manage to be quite calm and learn to be trusting again, and it's quite extraordinary. And that's all thanks to your support, for your kind donations. So thank you so much for your support. We couldn't do this without you. So anyway, I'm probably going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the sun bears in Bear House 1 and the Cub Nursery and some of the rescued cubs. These, as I said, were rescued March last year. They're probably only a couple of months old. So what does that make them? About a year and a half now. So if they were in the wild, they'd still be with their mothers, learning how to survive. So sad, but we give them the best life we can in captivity, and I think you've heard me say before that I think they have a pretty good life. It's like holiday health camp for bears. They have lovely habitats, friends, environmental enrichment, swimming pools, climbing platforms, lovely dens and bear houses, nice and cool toys to play with, all sorts of things. So this is the stage 2 Cub Nursery. So normally around this age, or even before, these cubs would have graduated, just like the cubs in the stage 1. But we've been rescuing so many bears here in Laos that and this is a new sanctuary, so it's just been constant building, and we're in the middle of building our new 2 bear houses. So as soon as they're finished, in a couple of months, those will be filled. So they're up on the hill there. You probably can't see. We've got bear houses 8 and 9. You might be able to just make out the structure there on the top of the hill. That's bear houses 8 and 9. And then 10 and 11 are just below them, halfway down the hill. Hi Lily from Kentucky. Hi from Poland. Panda, great name. Yeah, so that's it. This is a beautiful Luang Prabang Wildlife Sanctuary in the mountains of Luang Prabang. It's a lovely site. And we've got an amazing team here. We employ people from the local villages that are just along the valley here. So we're providing alternative livelihoods, and it's more than just providing a job. It's, these families, because they have a steady income, they won't need to go to the forest to hunt anymore. But also we're teaching do a lot of education amongst the villagers and their families about conservation and the environment and the forest and the benefits of having a healthy forest and keeping the forest intact. And there's some of the things you have to be wary of taking wildlife from the forest in terms of disease and pathogens and what have you. And you know, it's better to have a healthy forest and leave the animals safe in the forest. So we know that our education efforts are having impact. We also have our government partners come and live for a week or 2 weeks at the sanctuary here and learn about animal care. And we've just had a rescue earlier this week where our government partners, in fact, did the whole rescue themselves, based on the training we'd done with them. We'd given them a transport crate, so they were able to go and rescue the bear and crate the bear and care for it as they brought it to our sanctuary here. So we're really proud of that achievement, and really happy to see that progress. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already become a bear carer, please visit our website, freethebears.org. Sign up as a bear carer, a small monthly donation, less than the cost of a coffee each week to be a bear buddy. And we can't do what we do without you. We're not a huge charity at all. We're a very small charity, in fact, and we really punch above our weight. And every donation you make really does come to the sanctuary and the bears and does make a difference. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See you later.